Day 1. Greatness and Glory of Saint Edmund. Saint Edmund is one of the most illustrious men of the 13th century. He equaled in learning and surpassed in piety the majority of the men of that time, writes the historian Lingard. In his biography of Saint Edmund, Father Felix Massé, SSE, writes, "It is no ordinary honor for one to hold a distinguished rank among the great number of famous men who shone during that memorable epoch." Then the author places before our eyes a long list of those celebrated men, which is like a luminous trail of learning and holiness. Among all these men, Saint Edmund shines forth with singular luster. Few of his predecessors surpassed him. None of his successors were equal to him. No one after him will cover the Catholic Church of England with greater glory, for he contributed his helpful share to his times, his country, his church, by his words, his learning, and his works, as well as by his prayers, his sacrifices, and his tears. If to him was not given the glorious privilege of triumphing by shedding his blood, as did Thomas à Becket, martyr for the same cause, he enjoyed the happiness of a victory almost as great, by dying in exile, for exile is a kind of martyrdom. After God had glorified the remains of Saint Edmund by means of miracles and by the voice of the Church, his tomb was opened after having been closed for 6 years. On hearing this, crowds hastened there. From the open coffin there arose a celestial odor, which perfumed the sacred place and filled the great multitude of people with joy. Father Massé then adds, "Let us open this life now, almost fallen into oblivion. Let us open this sepulchre replete with the virtues of Saint Edmund, which has been closed for too long a time. And, out of these memories, laid bare before the eyes of our hearts, there will come forth not only his sweet countenance, but we shall also inhale the aroma of holiness which inebriated his contemporaries and still rejoices their descendants."